On today's Everyday Makers, got a little tool tip for you, a little shop, my favorite thing kind of thing. So let's see if you've seen these before and if you know what they are. Hi, Craig. Thanks for joining us for another Everyday Makers video. I've got a little my favorite things tool tip kind of thing. A couple different things. First of all, these are something I didn't know about until watching other makers videos and various people that are outstanding in their industries. These are 1, 2, 3 blocks. They are something used by machinists mostly, but where they're useful for the rest of the world is they're multi-talented. These ones in particular are threaded. Each of these holes is threaded at 3/8 16 thread, which is really handy if you want to attach something to it or attach it to something. There's a bunch of ways to do that. These are decently heavy. They make good weights. Sit on top of something small and need to hold in place, great weight. And where they get their name from, which is where they're most useful, 1, 2, 3 blocks. This is 1 inch by 2 inches by 3 inches. They're perfectly machined to 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. That makes them outstanding for calibrating things like table saws and miter saws, things like that. Hard 90-degree angles, always guaranteed measurements. You need to set where exactly your fence goes on that table saw in relation to the blade. Right here, perfect. Set that bad boy out 2 inches, right on the 2 inch line. You know you're right there. These things are outstanding for things like that. That's mostly where I use them, is for calibration. But like I said, they're absolutely outstanding for just small weights when you need stuff. I mean, they're multifunctional. They're good for holding stuff up. I mean, it's a solid block of metal. They're good for holding things. I mean, they're perfect, and they're relatively cheap. I got 2 of them for, I want to say, like $12, something like that. Like, they're pretty cheap. The other one, this one, I tried out bluing on, chemical bluing. I was so successful. The outside is beautiful. It's very, very done well. Inside the threads didn't blue exceptionally well. I might try redoing that, see if I can get it to take. But they're great. The only thing that just annoys me, and it's purely cosmetic, a little bit of light surface rust on the unglued one. Really, it doesn't hurt anything. It just bugs me. Past that, these things are rock star. Like I said, they are hard chunks of metal. They're great. I highly recommend picking some up. Second thing I have today, everybody has them. Ratchets. Standard fare kind of stuff. This one, I really enjoy. I think it's a Stanley product, but a bunch of people make them. It extends. That's great for when I need to get in a tight space or relatively small space. Perfect. But you got that one bolt that won't come loose. Now you got a breaker bar. These things are fantastic. It's like $10. You can buy better versions of it, but this one suits everything that I'll ever need. The other one, this guy. Regular ratchet, standard fare kind of stuff. Also Stanley, but just coincidentally. This also, you twist the handle, turns the ratchet. That's outstanding also for when you're in a tight space. You can get in there, and without having to move the ratchet, and whichever way you set it, both directions on the handle go that direction. So you can just rock back and forth and work your way out on something. Very, very highly recommended item. The last thing I have for today is a product I'm going to show you a little demo of here. Seems like just standard miter saw kind of stuff, nothing real super special. What that actually is that makes it interesting is that laser. That's, everybody sees them on the real high-end guys' videos that have all the really super nice equipment. They see the lasers on the miter saws, and lasers on other stuff. Awesome. I do not have super nice equipment. That miter saw is miter saw only by name for the most part. But I was able to add the laser and actually really improve my cuts. The laser is a little disc. I'll put a picture right there. It's a little disc, and it's really sweet. On a miter saw, you've got a washer on the outside of the blade. This is, every miter saw has one pretty much. It's just meant to hold the blade comfortably and nice. This replaces that washer. So all you're doing is pulling off the old washer, putting on this new thing, batteries inside, turns on by centrifugal force. So basically when you start your miter saw, it starts going. When you're not using miter saw, it's not going. Very, very awesome piece. That one was about $35 maybe on eBay, maybe 40, somewhere around there. If you look up laser washer, that's the thing to find. I've been stupidly happy with it. It told me so much about how I was cutting wrong in the first place. Like my miter saw, the standard gauges on it are a couple degrees off. This let me correct that really easy. So if I draw a straight line, I can put that on there without having to second guess myself. Just line it up, cut. Beautiful. Puts it just to whichever side of the blade you have it on. So if you line up with the end of your line there, it's going to cut to this side or cut to this side. Not directly on the line, but right next to it. So you can gauge it real super easy. It's been a fantastic purchase. I highly recommend it. So that's my little shop tip for today. This is stuff that I use on a very regular basis. So I highly recommend it, and I use it myself. So enjoy. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could, like, subscribe, reshare, however you can help get us out, we appreciate it. We very much appreciate you watching our videos and wouldn't be here without you. So I appreciate it very, very much. Thanks for watching.